Only Miranda's not even on the scene. Just so y'all know out there in TV land and TV world, Miranda is not on the scene right now. She is Miranda live and reporting live from the scene of the incident. That's Miranda today. Let's see here.
Okay, I'm calling her back in 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
And then you guys can still take callers.
In 5 minutes? Okay, so I'll kick her show off for her then.
Yeah, we're open about 6.
Okay. See, a lot of the times what I do is just to help with the booking and having people in the studios, I'll keep my guest on for like the first like half of her show or whatever. But since you and I are going to go to Speakeasy right after this, then screw it. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I have time to go to Speakeasy right after this? Yeah, I'm going to reschedule my... Let me call that.
You know Macador, right?
Macador?
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
That's why I'm recording this song today.
What's his real name?
Macador.
What's his mic name?
Macador.
How do you spell it? M-A-C?
M-A-C-A-D-O-E.
Oh, you know what? Okay, is he a Latino or is he a black guy?
I think he's Latino.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about then. Oh, if he's a black guy, I don't know who you're talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official disclaimer from K-High Radio. We at K-High Radio want to remind you that, yeah, whatever, there's nothing on this page. Keep listening.
Oh, yeah, you are on Hash It Out. We are going to be connecting with Miranda up in Denver today. She's meeting with a recording artist for an interview. We got Yo-Fi in the studio. We ain't going to let him leave because he and I are going to go get smashed at the Speakeasy, baby, after we get done with Miranda's show and helping out here in the studio. So we're live in the studio. Miranda is live up in Denver. They're about to get her on the phone here so that we can do a dual, or I guess it'd be a simulcast, wouldn't it? No, a dual cast? I don't know. There's some fancy word for it in radio.
More like a dual.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a dual cast. Phone lines are open, 591-59. Let's try that again. 719-591-KUSH. You can also watch this show as well as any show before this show at K-High. That's K space high radio. You can look us up on YouTube and of course view all the videos, including the live feed from right now. We just started the new feed for Miranda's show, and check that out. Like I said, as soon as the boys in Chicago get Miranda on the phone, she'll be here live with us. You guys can still call in and talk to her. If you got any questions about Yo-Fi or for Yo-Fi, you can call in with us. Anything's welcomed. It is Friday. I kind of got my show is called what we call my show on Friday, F Off Friday. It stands for Fuck Off Friday because we're just in the studio fucking off. And so we want you to be able to do that too. So call in, say anything, just go berserk. We don't care. We don't. Do you care?
Oh, nah.
We know Miranda don't care. Miranda's like, call in everybody. Call in and argue with her. If you hate weed, you should call in and argue with her. She's fun to argue with.
I'm waiting for that caller that will actually bring my accent out. So,
oh, bring the accent out, man. I don't know. I can do the Jamaican. I got that Jamaican song coming out. I finished it, by the way, writing it. Now it's just a matter of recording it. But then there I'm like, me no Jamaican, me Puerto Rican Don Juan son. Me Puerto Rican Don Juan, Puerto Rico #1 son, man. Not bad though, right?
Man.
And when I wrote it, I was like, man, I'm about to have to not mess this up. I have too many Jamaican friends that are gonna hate me if I screw this up. But so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun when that one comes out. But so you're recording a video too this weekend. I don't know if I would do the video, but the thing is, somebody's gonna have to pay for it and send me to Jamaica to do it. Because if I'm gonna record that, and the song is called "Sand Between Bob Plain," and so if I'm gonna go, I want to be where Bob's from. I want to be in Jamaica. Otherwise, I don't want to do a video to it.
You have to know somebody from Trenchtown for you to even go to where Bob is from, because it's actually, believe it or not, it's a ghetto.
It's a ghetto? Well, I don't want to go right to the ghetto. I'm thinking Kingston's good for me. Kingston, man, right down by the beach where white people are. See, in Jamaica, even a Puerto Rican becomes white at an instant because you're not Jamaican. You're not from Jamaica. You're not Jamaican. You can't just walk in the hood. It's kind of like, it's kind of like New York, man. I dare you to go into Spanish Harlem if you're not from Spanish Harlem. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. So you got a video recording. You're finishing some studio time this week. You got a busy weekend.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I just been gone for too long, and it's time for me to get back in the studio and do some stuff, because as a matter of fact, I still have some more trips coming up. I have Jamaica, I have Bahamas.
I hate you.
I have a tour coming up. So you know, it's one of those things. I just want to get in the studio and get some work done before I leave.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, whatever comes of this leg injury, you know, this whole body injury, 'cause my back is messed up, man. Like, it hurts to sleep at night. But whatever comes of it, one thing I will do is do right by the money. And what I mean by that is I plan on opening either a nightclub or a restaurant out in Florida, and have that sort of be the financier towards, you know, taking some of these guys that I came up with in the music industry where they belong.
Right.
Because there's some people in this industry, I promise you, they ain't worth a damn, and they don't belong where they're at right now. But there's a lot of people that I've met that their music, if they had the right person backing them or the money backing them, that they could really take their music to that next level. They're
Right.
very talented individuals. I'm not even speaking about myself. I mean, I know I have mainstream talent. I just never wanted to be mainstream. But I know a lot of guys that's their goal. That's their aim, is to make it to the main stage. And me, I'm happy with stage left. I always have been. But for me, it wasn't about the music. I mean, it wasn't about the fame. It was about the music. It was really about just having a voice and being a poet.
Right.
Compared to Tupac quite often. My lyrics and the way I deliver them, I'll be like, man, that dude's like Tupac. Well, I'm from the West Coast, West Side. You see the D-backs hat, boy, I'm from today, boy. Arizona is in the studio with me. Now, if I could just get Miranda in the studio with me, at least her voice, it's like the voice of Miss Goddess. She's actually, have you seen her? Have you seen her?
Now we never.
Hold on, let me pull up her picture. Let me post some pictures of her. She's pretty hot, actually. I'll give her that. She's cute.
So how was the album release party?
I didn't do it. It got pushed back because of some personal things. Straight up, my listeners know I keep no secrets. I had to go to rehab. I was getting too deep into some things you shouldn't be involved in. Fair enough. Right. And so I went to rehab, and then when I came back, it was like a week before the album release, and I still had like 8 songs to record, and I just knew that was impossible to give what I've always given. Right. In that short amount of time. So we pushed it back until the middle of August. So it'll be the middle of August, and of course, you're going to be there, because no matter what, even if we don't do a track, I'd love to do a track with you, Stu. But even if we don't do it from West Africa, he doesn't even know how important he is to me.
I felt bad for missing, you know, I thought I actually missed it because I was actually on the road. But I mean, if it's in August, I could work around that. Definitely be in the studio with you.
Well, ironically enough, I mean, let's be real though too. Let's be honest. An old shout out to my old co-host Leslie. Let's be honest, but let's be honest. You know, I looked at that too, and I said, you know, a lot of people aren't going to make this show, and a lot of people aren't going to be in town that weekend for whatever reason it was, because it was the weekend after, which is really what kind of threw me off a little bit.
Right.
But what is this? Who is messaging me? I have no name with this message. It's kind of creepy. It's like, I got a list of sites. I got you guys now. Oh, this has got to be Chris. MJ for LA. Oh, okay. So this isn't Chris. This is what is the one's name that from Louisiana? This guy called us from Louisiana the other day and was talking to us about like the laws and the rules in Louisiana and some of the things that are going on there and how they're trying to sort of demonize marijuana and in politics out there. And so this is some more sites apparently. So thank you. I know you're listening. I can't remember your name because I suck. You can hate me for it later, I promise. I wouldn't even be mad at you, guaranteed. Let's see here. So realistically, why the album party got pushed back is it was a couple of factors. One was I could have dropped 8 songs in a week. Would it have the quality that I've become known for? And the level of audio engineering that I put into my songs is almost it's almost obsessive is the word I would use towards making it perfect. And also I was trying some new mediums. I recorded a track on my I'll let you check it out when we're riding over to Speakeasy, but I recorded a track using a tablet and an iPhone headset with an iPhone with the microphone, like the one you use to make phone calls.
Right.
I recorded an entire track and I engineered it down on the tablet and produced it on the tablet and put it out. And it's doing very well on Reverb Nation right now.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't know that. So when they hear it, they're just like, well, it's an average song. It's got some dope lyrics. He's calling somebody out on it. Yes, that's all true. But what you didn't know is I did it on a tablet. And I did it standing in front of an apartment complex in the ghettos here in town. Like I did it on my cousin's back porch in the Pine Creek Apartments, which is like the hood. And that's, you know, that for those of you who don't know Colorado Springs, it's not really the ghetto, but them apartment complexes are hood as hell. Like I done almost been shot in them complexes, and I've been almost stabbed twice in them complexes, and all 3 times was over a damn girl. It wasn't even a drug deal. It was all bad, but yeah, it's one of those things where like I stood on the back porch in the hood and I wrote a song and produced it from a tablet. So I'm very proud of that. But like I said, in order for me to give the quality, and then everybody was out of town. Everybody we had booked had got booked somewhere out of town. And I can't even blame them for leaving the show in town to go to a booking out of town, because booking out of towns really builds your resume. I've done that. There's a show that I could have done with DJ Kamikaze here in town. It was a big show here in town. I passed on it for a smaller show because it gave me Arvada as a pin drop on the map of places I performed.
Right.
And so that's came up before for me. I'm sure it's came up for you.
Of course. I mean, I necessarily don't like the big shows. I mean, it's fine. It's exposure. I mean, being that I'm commercial, I'm really commercial. I feel like, sometimes you just have to go, like you're saying, you just have to go to those places and, actually go deep into places where people don't even know who you are, to introduce yourself. Being on a bigger platform, it's always going to be there, But let's say you take a small venue, like how I did when I went to Africa. I went to this, I was in Ghana last month. I went to this place called Ishraba Kojo City. And the owner is an artist, and he has his little boys and stuff rapping and freestyling. And I mean, something was just, I was eager to just grab the microphone. And when I did that, he actually opened a platform for me, to people to actually hear the American way, American music, or the American style of music, and it created a buzz and the fans right then and there for me in that city. So I feel like, it's not always necessary for you to step on the big platforms, just reach out to the people itself,
That's interesting. I loathe and can't wait. It's kind of both. I have a little bit of loathing because the amount of travel it takes to be an international artist like you.
Right.
But because of my radio career, that's really gained me a big audience internationally in my music career. Like, I couldn't believe when I got some of the numbers back for like 20,000 copies in the Ukraine sold from an album that I did with the Rocky Mountain Kings. It's like 3,000 albums sold in Germany. You don't think that's a lot, people, but when you're nobody from the middle of nowhere in Nowhereville, Colorado, and Nowhereville, Arizona, like me, right, and then you have 20,000 people that took an interest in you in the Ukraine, you go, holy shit.
Wow. That's really awesome.
That's one of the biggest feathers I've had in my cap, is that I had more people interested in my album in another country than here, which, by the way, America, you should be ashamed of yourself that you got outdid by Russia's little sister. Just know that you got outshined by Russia's little sister. If my Reverb Nation page doesn't explode today, then you'll just continue that shame. See, that's what you do. You just kind of call them out, put it on their back, and make them feel bad about it, and then hope they go listen.
Definitely.
I'm strong arming you people. No, seriously though, I mean, it's a pride factor for me. A lot of people don't know this, but I won a lot of really big hip hop contests when I was young. I was young. As a matter of fact, I got kicked out of the high school Cyphers at lunch.
Wow.
I was no longer allowed to come back. I was threatened by gang members.
Wow. To
not come back because I whooped ass like that. I was like, fine, I'll go play basketball. I'll just go kick ass there. My goal in life is to essentially, is to just go into anything I try and kick ass, period. In radio, I have the top show here at the station for a reason. I just wanted to come kick ass. I just wanted to kick ass. That's it. Nothing else. I like to win. I don't know.
It's very determined.
That's it. My whole life, everybody has said, you can't. And all it's done is piss me off enough to go try.
Right.
If people would have shut the hell up, I'd probably be nobody sitting in a factory job doing nothing.
That I do agree with.
In all honesty, I'd still be in the same factory job I was at when I was 17 years old, doing the same shit I was doing at 17 years old, and people just kept their damn mouth shut. But you kept telling me I couldn't, people. Let me tell you, you kept saying, no, you can't. No, you won't. No, you never will. And all I did was can, do, and will.
Right. See, I wasn't allowed to do music. I wasn't allowed to go to music school. I wasn't allowed to basically go closer in the music.
Now, you come from an upper class family, if I remember right.
Yes.
And so they were like, they shied away from it for the exact opposite reasons. It's going to put an ugly smudge on the family. Right. It's going to make the family look bad because you do hip hop and you're not over here as a politician or whatever.
Go to school and get a degree, be a doctor, be something more respectable. So I'm like, okay, what is
Who defines respectable?
exactly? So what is respectable? I mean, because music is respectable career. If you ask me, it just takes a lot of time. But yeah, I wasn't allowed to do that. So I mean, I think we have a lot in common, you know.
I'm like the
Question-
poor version of you. I'm like the poor ghetto version of Yo-Fi. Just so anybody out there that knows, I'm the project version of Yo-Fi. I'm Project Yo-Fi, and that's White House Yo-Fi.
Just because family got stuff, that doesn't make me part of it. You
And
know,
that's as real as it
I have to
comes.
work for my own stuff.
I would never want anything for my family. Like most people don't know this, but when I was growing up, my mom and my stepdad weren't very well off. Unfortunately, we just weren't in a position to be well off. And but look at this. AJ Hayes just hit us with a message said, "You're welcome in the studio." So I'm like, "What studio?" Oh, he's talking about dab hits. Let's see here. Sometimes important news to discuss. We have an open mic for 1 or 2. Oh, he was just liking my comment that I said you're welcome in the studio at any time. Bring some food or some weed. Hey, by the way, anybody out there listening right now to hash it out, Miranda's going to be on the phone here. The engineers back in Chicago are working out the kinks to get her online with us so that she can let us know what she's doing up in Denver as we're kind of helping just keep the show rolling for her. We got Yo-Fi in the studio. Stop by. If you bring an electric dabber, we can smoke in the studio. Otherwise, if you bring green or flower or regular dab stuff or anything weird like that or whatever weird way you weird smokers smoke, we'll try it because we aren't shy. But bring some weed by the damn studio. You can't beat Yo-Fi. He brought McDonald's and it was nice and hot and fresh. And even the boss came in chewing my ass about food in the studio, didn't he?
Right.
And then I threw a cheeseburger at him and I said, can you be, he said, I can be bought though. So I said, well, then here's a second cheeseburger too. So we have food, damn it. We need some weed down here, guys. I'm telling you, I'm sober as a beanpole. I haven't taken one pain pill today, not even an ibuprofen. My leg is absolutely killing me. So is my back. The shoulders feel, man, they feel a little bit better. They're still tender, but nothing like my back and my legs. So come smoke some weed with me so I don't have to bow down and kiss ass to these opiates that I hate so much. So, that's how I really feel like I should right now be down. I think they gave me 18 Percocets as an example, 18 5-milligram Percocets. I've taken 1, 2, I might have taken 3. I don't remember taking one last night though. Like I really don't. I don't remember taking one last night. So I might have taken 2 or 3. That's just it. I don't remember. I can remember getting high and not remember what you said, but I'll still remember smoking weed. I can't remember whether I took that pill or not. I'd have to count them. But what I'll tell you guys is I should be down to like 4 or 13, 12 pills already. I should be down to 12 pills already. And I've taken 3 of the 18, so I'm up +3. I'm +3 right now from where I should be. That's how much I don't care to take them. But I'm one of those people though that if I hurt bad enough and it's all I got, I'll take it.
Right. Actually, when I first got shot in my wrist, that's when I actually first time.
Yeah, that's right. He's like Tupac, bitches. He's been shot.
Took some pills, but honestly, I don't like those pills. They really.
They make you feel weird.
Exactly.
That's how I feel. So anyway, you might want to explain to them. You can't just drop a "I've been shot" line and then not explain that though. Like you might want to tell them the story.
Okay, so the thing with this was I was actually
Smashing another cheeseburger. I'm a fat boy.
in Philadelphia.
Billy, you shot my boy. I got family there. Damn it.
I was coming from Virginia, and I wanted to stop by, this corner to get some weed.
Oh God, you got shot getting weed.
And
That's
the
horrible.
dude was like, yeah, it's around the corner. And I had my bag. So, I wasn't thinking at the moment. All I wanted to do was just smoke. I'm exhausted.
They tried to pull a jack move on you.
I turned around the corner. And next thing I noticed, this dude coming from behind me with a gun. So quick reflexes, I just grabbed on the barrel. And I was trying to struggle with him. So as I was bending my wrist, he shot. He shot at me. And then took off running. Because, apparently I didn't die. So
You want to keep saying weed should be illegal? Look what the fuck happens when weed's illegal. Homie goes to get some weed and gets smoked in the arm over what was it? Over a $20 bag, which out there that's probably like a gram at best.
Right.
But if that, it's probably a half gram. It's probably a knick-knack paddywhack out here. That's what we call out here. Nickel. It's a knick-knack paddywhack, half a gram.
Do we even sell that here anymore?
I think
you got to buy.
I think you got to buy at least a gram. I think you got to buy at least a gram for $10. You can't go in there and be like, let me get a half a gram. Let me get a nickel.
Well, I remember the last time I bought a nickel or a dime out here. I always buy eighth and up, maybe.
Dude, the last time I bought a nickel or a dime out here, I was still getting Mexican swag out of Pueblo.
And just for the fun of it, I wish I could smoke. I could smoke regular Reggie for
some swag, yeah, some Reggie. Let me tell you, when I was growing weed, it was like about a year straight of nothing but bomb. And then I got a hold of some swag. I forget why or how, but we rolled a blunt of the swag. I was so high off that Reggie. And swag barely got me high. I mean, bomb barely got me high anymore. That medical grade barely got me high anymore. And that whatever Reggie, I was throwing. I was like,
if you find something, let me know.
High.
I think I resumed back to smoking after that.
Hey, I think I know a few vatos de juelo who might be able to find some. Hey, all my vatos de juelo. Find me that Reggie Bush.
But let's get serious though, real quick. I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear about this thing on in Florida? I think it was southern Florida when the cops was actually saying something about wax. You know, they said it's a bad drug.
No. I mean, this is new to me.
Yeah, I was watching it on the news, and he was saying that wax is really bad. It should be kept away, or you know.
This is a cop?
Yeah, this was a cop.
Well, I'm not surprised. Most of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Right. You know, and I don't know if you actually heard about it. You know,
right?
It's a story I was.
No, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Come around here to my desk. I want you to look at. Let's find it, and we'll look it up, and we'll talk about it during the break because we're fixing to go to break here.
Okay.
Or pull it up on your phone. Find it on your phone. We're going to look up this story, guys. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the story. Hopefully we'll have Miranda back with us. You're on Hash It Out with the Doc and Yofi. Miranda, baby, where are you? We need you, girl. Yeah, find that story. That's interesting. No, I did not hear about that story, but I'm definitely like, okay, what? Hey, a nickel bag of funk? Oh, that's what he was playing. Okay. You want me to pull it up? Yeah, go ahead. Both the URL.
Worst part about business travel is worrying about my wife and kids at home alone. My family's safety is my responsibility. That's why I started researching security. Called the Big Alarm. Check out technology. Even when the Consumer's Digest Best Buy. Yes, Vivint gives me a complete security system, but it does even more. Vivint's video technology is unreal. I can see what's going on in my home right from my smartphone, tablet, or computer. I can even lock the doors remotely if my kids forget. Best yet, I got Vivint's no equipment costs and free installation. $1,300 worth of camera and security equipment at no charge. Vivint was the easy choice for my family safety.
Take control of your family safety with Vivint. Order now for up to $1,300 in security equipment at no charge. Just pay as little as $99 for activation. Plus, call now and installation is free. Call 1-800-471-1577. That's 1-800-471-1577. 1-800-471-1577. Hi, I'm Jen London. And if you're worried about your parent or loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call the Place for Love, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care.
Yeah, I did. Oh, righteous. Let me read the story real quick before we get back from break.
Researched every place, not just giving me names. They found me a place for what she could do, and it was magnificent. We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step. So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or call.
You want some coffee or something, bro?
Here we go on 30. I'll let you know what she calls it.
6-7-75-30.
Think you can't afford an amazing office for your business in the best buildings nationwide? Think again. Think Regis. Regis removes the hassles and costs that come with office space. Just call 1-800-OFFICES for a quick quote. Pick from any of their 2,000 prestigious locations and you can start working immediately. Regis offices are fully furnished, staffed, and ready to go. No upfront cash required and no long-term commitments. Right now, they're offering 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES and start today.
I think we're back.
10 years on a lighter leash. Listen anywhere at letstalkpot.com.
Much live.
Yeah. We are live in the studio for Hash It Out. That's right, with the Mile High Ma show. She's up in Denver with an artist who is absolutely her idol. So we're going to try to get her on the phone here in a little bit. I've got Yofi in the studio. Well, technically, I had Yofi in the studio. He's an international artist from West Africa who is actually a really good friend of mine. We became friends through the industry. And then, I don't know, he saw me perform. These are his words, but he's grabbing coffee right now. He stepped out of the studio real quick to get some coffee. He saw me come in with a fresh cup of coffee. He's like, hey, what can I get, Jama? So that's my best Yofi accent. It's terrible, I know. But so he'll be back here in a second. But he became a fan of mine, and that's how we became friends. He's like, I saw you perform, and he's like, that's the guy. I'm trying to do it like he says it. That's the guy in Colorado I want to work with. That's the guy. And so I always tell people this: I don't toot my own horn as often as maybe I should, But I don't. But I just don't care. I don't care enough about what people think about me, and I don't care enough about my own career in music to sit there and toot my own horn. But every once in a while, if you go to MISTATRE on Reverb Nation, you're gonna find out how much of the truth I really am. I spit cold. Like you hear the hood come out of me like, man, fool, I spit cold, no. I go to I nephew, I spit cold, nephew. I'm the same guy that walked in and threw what was it, a quarter ounce of weed or an ounce? No, it was an ounce of weed. I threw an ounce of weed at Baby Bash's stage manager. That's Ronnie Ray, by the way. But I threw an ounce of weed at Baby Bash's stage manager, said, roll 2 blunts, I'll be back in a minute. And I went on stage and I did my thing at the Baby Bash concert last year. And then I came back in and this was last spring, by the way, so it was a little over a year ago now. And I came back in, sat down, and Ronnie goes, are you the cat that threw a bag of weed at my stage manager? And I was like, yeah, that's me. Where's the damn blunt I told you guys? I said, smoke one, save one. Come on, homie. And so I sat down, we proceeded to have a conversation, and the entire time, music never came up. That's the kind of artist I really am. I'm not here to try to advance my career. I'll let my music do that. I'm here to just have a good time. I almost died on Monday. That's not the first time in the last 12 months. That's like the 5th time in the last 12 months. And only 2 of them were self-inflicted. The other 3 were inflicted upon me. Welcome back, by the way. Did you get your coffee? Oh, yes. It smells great, doesn't it? Yeah. It's that Dunkin' Donuts stuff, man. I'm telling you. Hey, Dunkin' Donuts, I'm not trying to plug them, but I'm telling you, this is good-ass coffee. for some, it's one of those Krug. Isn't it called Krug? Is that what that machine's called? Krug? With the little cup, the Krug?
I think
Krug
so.
is how you say it, Krug. But it's a Krug machine with the Dunkin' Donuts cups. And I'm telling you, this is good coffee. Man, it's some good coffee, nephew. that's my Snoop Dogg. On West Whistle Nizzle. So, what's that? Keurig. See, that's the voice of God. Right. He's like, right. I've met him, man. I'm from Africa. I've met the God. That's not him at all. You've been lied to, man. No, that's what me and Miranda, we've deemed him like the voice of radio God. Because whatever he says, go. If he says we're going to commercial, whether we're ready to go to commercial or not, guess what? We're going to commercial. So here's a story that Yofi was talking about right before the break. Dangerous new marijuana product looks like lip balm, packs big kick. And so here's the story. It says drug dealers are peddling. Is that what they're calling it these days? Peddling? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, peddling a new marijuana product called Wax that looks like and feels like lip balm and packs a kick equivalent to smoking 15 to 20 joints of weed. I don't know if it's that much. I mean, they might be giving it too much credit there. Right. Police in Roswell, Georgia. First off, your city's called Roswell. Isn't that where aliens landed on in Roswell, New Mexico? So they might be a little off there. We don't know. Anybody from Roswell, Georgia, please call in 719-591-KUSH and explain your ass.
I actually thought it was Florida.
No, yeah, he thought it was Florida. Look, see, don't blame the place I'm moving to. Right. Damn you. Blame the state to the north. No, seriously, though. They discovered 80 grams of wax during a recent drug bust. Roswell police officer Zachary, we're going to put this guy on blast. Officer Zachary Fromer. Did you say that? F-O-R-M-M-E-R. Fromer, right? Right. Fromer. Officer Zachary Fromer told Fox 5 in Atlanta last week that the drug ring was selling the substance to high school students. See, this is where I have a problem. if you go out to a high school and you sit down and you solicit purchase from a high school student, you are selling drugs to a high school student.
Right.
If a high school student shows up at your goddamn door and asks you for pot and tells you he's 21, you are not soliciting or selling shit to a high school kid. That's bullshit, because it's not my job to check IDs. It's your job to raise your goddamn kid right. Let me just get on my freaking soapbox for a minute here. That's kind of terminology or language where we remove the responsibility of the purchasing party is a dick move. Now, let's get back to the story. That's awesome, huh? I just stopped.
I do agree with you.
It's awesome. I just stopped and I'm like, okay, now that I've raised hell, I'm happy again. So it says it's just an extra kick. So how do we go from it packs a kick equivalent to 15 to 20 joints to it's just an extra kick? It's just an extra kick, guys. It's just an extra kick. It's just a silly little poof in your patoot. Come on. So it's just a little extra kick, he said. It gets them higher and gets them higher faster. The 15 to 20 joints you smoke can equal a dose of wax. That's not true. I'd say it's probably equivalent to about a good 5 joints, though.
True.
I mean, one hit off the dabber is probably equivalent to about a blunt. About a blunt, I'd say. Because, I mean, a blunt gets me throwed, and one of those will kick my ass. A blunt gets me high for about 2 hours. A dab hit.
Not necessarily if you have a high tolerance, though.
True. I'm saying my tolerance is about mid-grade. my tolerance is a mid-grade tolerance, player. So I'm saying, but with a medium tolerance to marijuana, I can smoke a joint and be pretty high for about 2 hours. And then I'll kind of come down about that last half hour of the 2 hours and be totally sober by the end of that 2 hours and be like, let's smoke another one. So this wax to me, a good, I don't know, what do you call that? Like that's too big. I'm looking at my fingernail and I'm going, that's too big. If I did a fingernail size of dab, I'd be done. It is strong. Don't get me wrong. It's stronger. That's kind of the point. They're called concentrates here in Colorado for all you dipshits around the country that have no fucking clue what you're talking about, by the way, because I can't stand. That's one thing. We were talking about this before the show started. When we were on break, I think. We were talking about dipshits who talk about shit they don't know what they're talking about. Like, first off, like Nancy Gray. Look, you're a lawyer, which means you have a due diligence to the God blessed public to know what the hell you're talking about, Nancy Gray. I'm calling you out. Call my show and tell me how the fudge you can justify what the fuck you say when you don't know what you're talking about, lady. Right. My thing is that you're a lawyer. I'm going to pick on her for this point. You're a lawyer. You have a law degree from a university that gave you a degree in law. We should find that university, burn it to the ground. No, I'm kidding. Don't nobody go out there and commit arson in my name. But we should find that university and shut that shit down, because they give people degrees that let them go speak on shit they have no clue what they're talking about. Do your research. Do your homework. It is a concentrate. It is not a higher strength or dose. It is a concentrate. It is the same strength or dose concentrated down. You know how to keep a blonde busy? Enter a frozen juice container and tell her to concentrate. Just kidding. Bad joke. Bad joke time. Bad joke Friday. All right, so let's move on. Marijuana concentrate. Finally, somebody uses the right freaking terminology. Also known as butter and honeycomb. That's bullshit, because butter wax, honeycomb wax, bubble hash, all that shit, they're actually all different. By the way, they're all different in how they smoke. Like, for instance, bubble hash. Bubble hash is great in a blunt. You can sprinkle it right into a blunt. You can sprinkle it right onto the top of a bowl of weed. It's kind of powdery. It breaks up into a powder substance. And you kind of break it up. It's kind of like a brownish colored powder, like a peanut butter color. And you sprinkle it on top of the weed and you get high. Oh no, you're going to get high. Boo, oh no. Come on. There's different stuff here. But it can be eaten. Okay, if you eat wax, I'll give you. I'm seriously, like, I will let you come sit on my show the entire show if you eat wax, because good luck, buddy. When that shit hits you, you're done. You're so done, because it does take a very little bit amount to get you a good high. I mean, we're talking like a little glob of it on the end of like it's like a big long, like a crochet needle almost. The end of it looks kind of like a crochet needle. It's got like a tip. Actually, it's got like a beveled tip, like an arrow. And then you kind of put a little scoop on the end of that, and then you put it in the dabber, and you run around it. And then, dude, watch the goddamn Weed Pimp show. They're in here dabbing every night in their show. We should be dabbing right now, but nobody showed up with a dab machine, you assholes. But anyway, the bottom line is that you can use it in electric or a cigarette, electronic cigarette, or a bong, electric bong. You can also use a blowtorch, like a propane torch, to heat up what's called a tungsten needle. And you can circle around the needle with it, and that'll also turn it into a vapor, and you inhale it. It does make you It does make you, it's very strong. It says right here that wax is easy to make, but is dangerous to handle. Fucking moron. That's what you get for the, who the fuck wrote this?
That's what I said.
FoxNews.com. Go fucking figure. Fox News, you're a fucking idiot, just so you know. First off, wax is not easy to make, and no, it's not dangerous to handle. It's dangerous to make, dipshit. Wow. What, talk about a fallacy if I ever heard one. But of course, it'd be our buddies at Fox News, who, in no secret, Mr. Trey has no love for. No love for Fox News. None at all. None at all. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Because I can't stand people who go out and say, as an example, and I'm just going to use this as an example, Mitt Romney's right because he's right. Well, you still haven't told me why he's right, and I'm intelligent enough to know that I'm not a fucking idiot. That doesn't work for me. No, you're not right because you're right, goddammit. You're right because of facts. Facts and knowledge. People always knock weed. They go, weed is bad for you. And I go, hold on. Where's your facts to back that up?
I think they've been doing a lot of coke down there because they are very delusional.
I'm telling you, they must be on. Here you go. Fox News is on coke. Let's just start spreading fucking rumors too. Why not? Let's just jump in the fucking rumor mill and just start spreading rumors. Oh, Fox is on coke. Fuck it.
I mean, you have Bill O'Reilly and the rest of them. They're all the same, you know.
Hey, all I'm
Nothing
saying
good
is
comes
most
out
of
of it.
the people that I know that don't smoke weed
Right.
absolutely do coke. Straight up.
Hey, if that's what you do, that's what you do.
I'm not knocking anybody. I mean, look, I had to go to fucking rehab for methamphetamines. I'm telling you right now, I'm not knocking you. I'm just telling you, everybody I know that doesn't smoke weed does coke. That's pretty fucked up. So, and you know the funny thing is, they shut the fuck up and keep their mouth shut. Why? Because they have no room to talk about something that they have no idea what they're talking about. So let's get back to this. Wax is easy to make, but it's dangerous to handle. First off, no, it's not easy to make. Second off, no, it's not easy to handle. However, why? It's not dangerous to handle wax once wax is made because it's just a gooey form. I mean, it looks like freaking hardened honey or something.
It's harmless.
It's harmless. It's harmless in its made form. Once it's been, it's called butane infused, by the way, for all you dipshits out there that didn't take the fucking time to do some research. It's butane infused, which all it is a molecule of butane can somehow attach itself to a molecule of THC, and somehow those, through the miracle of microbiology, what is it, molecular science, through the miracle of molecular science, you get some kick-ass fucking weed shit, all right? But the bottom line is that it's not easy to make. It's actually very complicated, and it's highly dangerous to make. As a matter of fact, in the state of Colorado, it takes sometimes years to get a license to legally make wax. That's how dangerous it is. Right. Your building can't even be within X amount of feet of any other building because of the dangers. You have to have a ventilation system that rivals the goddamn government whenever bombs are launched and shit. I mean, it's that bad, okay? You have to have a license to be able to even touch this shit. That's how dangerous wax is to make. It's very dangerous. Now, are there qualified people to make it? You bet your sweet ass there is. There are qualified people to make wax, and these people know what they're doing. But it isn't dangerous to handle. It's dangerous to make. There's a difference. And this is an article by Fox News. It's pissed me off beyond compare. It's pissed me. I'm mad. I'm mad as hell right now.
You have to understand too, some of these people that actually write these kind of articles, I don't think they really been around the product enough to know exactly what they're talking about.
Did you go to a wax house where they make it and see it made? Did you go? No, because you're probably scared because it was dangerous to handle.
I think they speak based on perception.
Absolutely, I think a lot of people speak on what they hear.
He say, she says stop. So it's one of those stuff I believe, because some of this stuff, even the stuff that you was reading earlier, it didn't make no sense to me.
No, it doesn't. So it says you're getting a lot of home cooks and now this might be true right here. Listen, you're getting a lot of home cooks and a lot of teenagers that are trying to make it at home. Well, don't, stupid. You're fucking with flammables and explosives. Don't be a dumbass. Let the people who know what they're doing make it. Unfortunately, unless you know how to make it, spend your money and be safe. Don't be an idiot.
Right.
And because of the things that you need to make it, because they're flammable and they're combustible, you may end up blowing your house up. Now that's actually true, and you can end up burning stuff. People have died here in Colorado. I will not deny that. People have died. Right. There's been house fires. There's been apartment fires and I'm going to call you out like you are, dipshits and dumbasses who don't know what they're doing. Or they spent 5 minutes working at a wax house as a damn janitor, and so they think that they can fucking make this shit. No, you can't. It's dangerous. It's very hard to make, and you have to be a professional expert. For instance, do we let any dipshit go make mustard gas for the government? No. Why? Because it's dangerous.
Right.
Do we let anybody make bombs for us? No, we let bomb specialists make them. Do we let anybody defuse a bomb? No, we have EOD people who have been almost blowing them fucking selves up forever. Deal with it. Why? Because they're the expert. The key operative here is expert. You're not an expert. Don't try to make this shit. You can kill yourself. In April, DEA Administrator Michelle, that is, okay, it's a girl. Michelle, I was like, is that a guy or a girl, Michelle? Michelle in Russian is a man. But anyway, Michelle Leonhardt told the House of Representatives Committee that abuse of wax was increasing throughout the U.S. How the fuck do you abuse wax? You get so high, you can't smoke it anymore.
Right.
It says that in 2013, the THC content of leaf marijuana averaged 14%. That's bullshit. You were getting your shit from some sorry-ass, pathetic grower. Most of my weed was around, oh my God, dude, 25, 30% THC content. And I was growing that shit in my basement, for the record. While THC content of marijuana concentrates average 54%, that's only double what my pot that I smoke is. And with some samples reported as high as 99%. First off, you have to have the molecule that it attaches to make it. So how can it be 99%? That doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I'm missing the boat on something. Maybe I don't know something here. But it's highly flammable butane gas is used to extract the THC from the marijuana leaf. We all know that. And as a result, it's resulting in home explosions, injuries, and deaths. Well, no shit. That's why in Colorado, you need a special license. I mean, come on, people. If you got something to say about this one, please chime in, because I'm fired up now. We'll be back right after the break. 719-591-KUSH. You're with the Doc and YoFi right here on Hash It Out for Miranda Rights. Well, you lit a fire under my ass with that one. I was like, this pisses me off. That's a good piece, though. A nickel back a funk. A nickel back a funk.
This is K-High, the world's
Well, he got me fired up with that one. Ooh, I hate stupid people. I really do. Like, you know, like you said, just know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line. Do your research. These people probably never left their their studio. They probably did one check. They probably did a Google search. Or no, they did I call it a Foogle search. It's Fox Google. Right. They did a Foogle search, and they probably looked up something for 5 minutes and then said, oh, this is bad. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad.
Now, even in Denver, you know, they're actually saying stuff about people dying to, people actually dying, and it's related to marijuana use. And I'm like, how's it possible? They said, so one of this kid.
That kid that committed suicide?
Yeah, and then another one that jumped from the balcony.
I bet his parents wrote that letter.
Right.
I'm serious.
Because they found THC in the system, so actually they have to blame somebody for it. Like,
that's so right. When when we come back in, start with that. We'll get away from this story. Start with that, and I'll chime in on it. But start with that and how that happened. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull some details from that story. It was
cursing I don't mind. Be real. Just keep the volume down.
Oh yeah, I was going on a tangent. I'm done with my tangent.
Okay. Make sure I don't hear the tangent again.
Yes, sir. Suicide resulting in marijuana, I would guess, is what we're looking for. I think I spelled it wrong. Suicide and marijuana use. Marijuana suicide rates. Suicide and marijuana rate. Let's look that up. The first thing we pull up is marijuana cuts suicide rates by 10%. Because you're probably too lazy to go kill yourself.
Right.
Oh, by the way, the show's over after this segment. Mm-hmm. So like right here, and then we're out of here.
Okay.
Because I just need to call my lawyer and tell him I'm going to come on Monday. I just think this is a shitty day to ask me to come. Like on Friday at 3:30 in the afternoon. That's like right when business is closing. You want me to sit there for 2 hours and talk to you about a car accident? Let me just go home and relax. I hurt. I'm about to take this medicine.
I'm about ready to go record.
But I'm not gonna take weed. I'm not gonna take the Percocets. I'm just gonna take the ibuprofen.
Big Len of K-High Radio reminding you to always be responsible when you partake of your weed. Don't do anything stupid like, get caught by your parents.
I love Lynn's cutting. It kills me. It's like, don't do anything stupid like get caught by your parents. That cracks me up. We're just laughing, talking about that cut-in right there. With that's my boss actually who did that voiceover. And we just laughing. He said, "Don't do anything stupid like get caught by your parents." We're just laughing. Who hasn't been busted smoking weed by their parents? You know what I mean? I got busted. My mom was kind of cool though.
I think I'm the only one.
Yeah, because your parents, like there is one fortunate thing to your parents being so busy. They weren't there to bust you as often.
They always hear it from outside,
See, when you're a middle class family, like we kind of were, we started out poor, but we kind of grew to middle class towards the end of high school. For me, is my mom didn't have to work because my dad made decent money at that point, my stepdad, and so my mom really hasn't worked since. She hasn't had to, and mostly because they got rid of our asses eating up all the food and running up the electric bill. So, but my mom hasn't had to really work, so she was always home. But my mom was cool. My mom was like, I don't care if you sip a 40, I don't care if you smoke a little green. Do that shit out on the porch and not in my house.
Right.
And that was it. And mom was cool with it. But that's the end of mom's coolness. The minute you stepped in the house with it, you were in trouble.
Wow. That's something else,
By the way, I'm not taking Percocets. I'm just going to take an ibuprofen. Well, because we're going to go dab anyway. So there's no point getting on those damn perks if I don't have to.
So I want to talk about this thing.
This is ibuprofen for the record. We can do a shake test later.
This thing with the suicide rates.
Yeah.
About
So talk about
people smoking weed.
Tell the listeners. Now, most of these listeners know the story, but tell the listeners about the kid in Denver who committed suicide and it was blamed on marijuana. And then we're going to hit them with what the first thing that came up when we looked up marijuana suicide rates.
So it was this college student that actually jumps from his balcony and died. But when they did that autopsy, he has THC in his system, and I mean, of course, the news is going to blame it on, and the cops is going to blame it on the THC, and they said it's related to it because it was actually, they believe there was actually the marijuana that made the kid actually jump from the balcony. But if you ask me, I think that's bias, because that has nothing. Smoking marijuana has nothing to do with suicidal thoughts. I mean, I've been in Afghanistan, I've been in Iraq, I've did my share of, serving this country. But when I came back home.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. Say that one more time. You served what country?
I've served this country.
Whoa! He's from West Africa, and he still served the United States of America's military. You were in the Army, right?
I was. Yeah. So when I came
hold
back.
On, can I ask you a question before we move forward?
Yes,
what was your MOS?
Actually, I was a 92 Golf. I was a cook, but I never actually touched the kitchen once. I was doing more of the 88 mic kind of job, pulling convoy securities, and my last tour.
You hear that? The cook was badass. That's the bottom line.
So
let me go Stone Cold Steve Austin for you. That's the bottom line.
That's how all the PTSD and everything started, because I mean I was a young kid. I never really experienced anything like that before. But let's just go back to what I was saying. So when I got back, I have PTSD. I was diagnosed with PTSD. I mean, I was going into depression. I mean, it's been many times that I had the thought of taking my life. But let's be real. Mm-hmm. I smoked pot. I said, forget about the medication they were giving me. And I was still wearing a uniform, by the way, which I know it was wrong, but that was the only medication that could help me. I smoked marijuana and I was back to normal. I would go to work. I would be as active as a daylight, But the minute I was taking the government medication, I was getting into depression. And the suicidal thoughts were there. So I really feel like it's biased for somebody to actually say that, marijuana causes suicide.
I agree. I mean, and this, just like this kid, you brought up him before the last break, the kid who had jumped from his college balcony and marijuana was blamed as a result of his death. And we pull up, I type in marijuana suicide rates. And the first thing that comes up is medical marijuana cuts suicide rates by 10% in years.
Wow.
So I'm looking for something that is exactly the opposite of this answer. And the first thing I read is marijuana, da-da-da-da-da. And then here's this. What's the other one? Studies claim medical marijuana may reduce suicide rates. And these are, by the way, results from Bing, by the way, from Microsoft Bing. I just want people to know what search engine we use. Right. If you Google it, which I'm a Googler, but it just happened to be that I pulled up this one and this is what popped up was the search engine. So this is PBS.org is one of the studies. The other study looks like it's from medicaldaily.com. So, and then the next one, marijuana and suicide, science and politics. Oh, that I bet has a lot of insight into what we're talking about. The science and politics. People, listen, people, here's the thing is, I don't want to convince you that weed is okay. I don't want to convince you that weed is appropriate. I don't want to convince you that weed is the right way to go, because it's not the avenue for everyone.
Right.
But what I want you to do is bring facts. You've heard me do this, and you've heard me literally sit here and go fact for 5 minutes, because it's that important to me that you bring facts. That's it. Don't come to me and tell me weed caused a kid to jump off a balcony, because it's bullshit. As a matter of fact, like he said, I suffer from childhood PTSD. I was beat within an inch of my life when I was 2 years old. This is a true story. It's highly documented in the state of Colorado. But I don't mind sharing this either, because I've been through counseling. I've dealt with it. And I can tell you that, you ever wonder why I donate my money to the Battered Children's Fund? Well, now you know. But I was beat within an inch of my life by my own real father. And I can tell you right now that childhood PTSD is no different than a soldier's PTSD, because PTSD is still PTSD. I still, like, somebody raises their hand the wrong way around me, I still duck and then pull up my fist to fight, because that's all I know. It's as real as it gets, people. And so I can tell you, have I contemplated killing myself? You bet your sweet ass I have. More times than I'm proud to admit. But the one thing is I've always bounced back. And for some reason, weed has been an intricate part of that bounce back. And I'm not saying that every person with PTSD can solve their issue this way.
Right.
Every person with PTSD can solve their problem this way. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that the numbers are astronomical at how much it's actually driven people the opposite direction.
Right.
So for politicians to blame weed because they want their soapbox to stand on in their conservative states or down below the Bible Belt is bullshit. Because I'm looking at the first three things that pop up contradict everything you've said.
Right. So I mean, let's be real here, real quick.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. So when you look at the way, actually, I'm not saying cops are bad, but let me just put this out there.
This is a black man, by the way.
Yeah, I am black, African at that.
Actually, he's African black, so he's extra black.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my share of,
hey, he's motherland black.
Police abuse.
Hey, I just want to start calling your color motherland black.
But the cops actually, they went from busting people with who are high to now, if you high, I have to let you go unless you are drunk. Then it went on to now it's like, okay, well, we'll bust you for DUI. So you have to see where marijuana is going and what the cops are trying to do. The more they paint it black, because every article that I've read has something to do with a cop in it. So the more they try to paint this drug black, the more, the more they instill this thing into people's mind to like, okay, well, let's have these regulations. Let's do this. Let's start doing this with this marijuana. It's bad. After all, the state shouldn't have just legalized it. They should have left it alone. And I feel like that is really wrong, because for so long, people have been talking about these drugs for so long. And it's about time that we actually let it go, because it's not bad. If you can legalize cigarettes, if you know cigarettes can cause cancer, and the same cancer that this marijuana can treat, then maybe you should actually get rid of cigarettes. If you know that drinking alcohol could kill your liver, and in the process of maybe you being sick, you might need that same marijuana. Maybe you should throw away the liquor and the cigarettes and keep the marijuana.
Now, I don't want to downplay his intelligence, because, guys, he's a very intelligent guy. Where'd you go to school at again?
I went to Embry.
Embry, okay. Embry University, or it's college, not university. Isn't it called college?
Embry University.
Oh, it is called university? Okay, yes. I couldn't remember. But Embry University, he's a college-educated individual like myself. He's not an idiot to any sort of the fact. I'm like, don't let that beautiful West African accent bother you, man. Because I'm telling you right now, the man is intelligent. But no, this is an intelligent man telling you that the world has taken a war on drugs, and more specifically a war on marijuana, and then turned around and painted the drug black. And what he means by that is they've painted the drug as something that black people do that affects black people. It's dark, it's deep, it's dirty, there's something wrong with it. And that's not the case at all. As a matter of fact, you can sit there and stand on your coca leaf all you want, but I can promise you, if you look at the history of plants, marijuana supersedes coca by a long time. It's been around a lot longer. For you folks out there that want to play the God card, then let me punch you right back in the mouth with my God card. Well, if it came straight out of the ground from a seed. So when did God say you couldn't do anything with this plant? I mean, if you want to play your God card, if you want to play even me as a Buddhist, I would say you want to play the Buddhist card, well, you shouldn't put anything in your temple that damages your temple. Well, it's a proven fact that medically it actually does better for you. Now, is smoking it okay as a Buddhist? Probably not. I'm probably breaking the Buddhist law there by far, and I know that. I still smoke cigarettes. I shouldn't even drink liquor, but I have a drink every once in a while. The bottom line is I'm not a perfect Buddhist either, and I'm also not the damn Dalai Lama, and I'm not trying to be either. However, what I am telling you is that if you were to ingest it through food or ingest it through a type of tea or something like that, or some type of an elixir, then you would be doing nothing different than anybody else who's been doing the same thing with milk of the poppy, which is of course heroin, and heroin's been around a long time too. It's talked about in several different cultures as far back as what do they call the Sumerians, which is the first known man.
Right.
So is weed though. Bing.
You're definitely right about that.
It's amazing if you just pick up a damn book instead of making up your own mind. That's what I encourage you guys to do this weekend. For you listeners out there that are still if the jury's still out on marijuana, I encourage you to pick up a book. You know, I try to shy you away from Google because Google doesn't have the obligation of being right. It has the obligation of putting what people post searchable.
Right.
It doesn't have the obligation of what's right. When you release a book, you will be bastardized if your book isn't correct. You have an obligation to be right in your book. Now, does that mean that you're right by society standards? No. Does that mean that you're right by this guy or that guy? No. But there's some truth to what is in your book. Otherwise, I don't want to see your book on the shelf.
That's true.
Bottom line. So I encourage you, grab a book, do some research. You know, look at things that have the word org in them and not the dumb. You know which websites I'm talking about. But like if you like pbs.org, they are required by rules and laws and regulations to continue to receive funding that they tell the truth. So that's why you see the first one comes up and says studies claim medical marijuana may reduce suicide rates. New studies claim that legalization of marijuana could be a lifesaver by reducing suicide rates and traffic fatalities. So you're telling me that weed is so horrible that suicides are on a reduction and traffic accidents are too. Two things that are a horrible stat in this country.
Right.
And alcohol traffic fatalities on the rise. Alcohol-related suicide on the rise. It's amazing. Do some research, people. That's your challenge this weekend from the doc. If you want to hash it out and argue with Miranda, come back on Monday. Let's do that here on Hash It Out. Let's argue with Miranda on Monday. But do me a favor. Do some research. Read up on something. Hey, Yofi, say bye.
All right, see y'all later.
Hey, I'm the doc, and you've been on and Hash It Out, covering for Miranda.
Look me up on Twitter, Yofi/Minta.
And we're clear.
All right.
He didn't say we're clear, but I know we're clear because the clock.
All clear.
Thanks, guys. Good stuff today.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys Monday.
That was a good discussion.
Yo, no, like that we could not have, like my show's supposed to be goofing off. I think that was empty. Let me grab this one. See, I'm running into the same shit with
Hi, Gary.
Anyway, I'm taking off this week easy. It's Friday. Yes, sir. I'm not trying. I know you West Africa, mom.
I guess I hang around too many bakers.
You know what? I got a lot of Jamaican friends too. I'll be over there at the Jamaican restaurant on Hancock and Academy and everything. I'll be over there like, let me get some of them Johnny cakes, man.
You know, like when I got to Port of Spain, and the people, I don't know, I was just talking. I never spoke English once. I was just speaking Patois. And then one of the cab drivers that I picked, he thought I was a foreigner. He knew I was a foreigner, and then he was trying to charge me. I think it was $150 or almost $200 for a cab.
U.S.?
No, their money.
Oh, so what's that translate though?
So
Is that like a $50 cab ride or is it like
$130
$100?
something dollars.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No, like let's say from here to where McDonald's is at.
Oh wow, that's like $5 here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I started speaking. I said, man, you trying to rob me? And that's when he knew. He thought I was really local. I said,
Nah, man, you're gonna rip
he
me
said,
off,
you
bro.
Jamaican? I said, no. He said, where you from? I said, I'm an African. He said, no way.
Yeah, he just been in America.
I talked to him. I got him there for like $60.
See, I knew that. I knew you had served in the military. I knew you had served in the military. I just didn't know which branch you were in. But I figured it had to be Army because you were here. Yeah, because you were here. And I knew you weren't pretty enough to be Air Force. I know, I make fun of the Air Force too. It's a bad habit. I gotta stop doing that. I just have a hard time not making fun of people who don't do PT.
It's really serious.
You gotta respect them for sending their officers out to fight instead of.
He might be Air Force.
And I call
Be Air Force, right?
I call them angels. I call them the angels inbound whenever the Air Force comes to save your ass. All right, let's get out of here. We leave this joint. Let me pick up these real quick. Hold on, I gotta put a few pieces of equipment back real quick. And then we out. Come on. Oh yeah, I got that beat with me. I'm gonna let you check out this song. You'll be like, you did not just do the damn thing, because I do one verse in like a Rastafari and English mix, and I do the other one completely in English. And the school is all about like being cool and just getting along and stuff all that amongst the violence. Like that's what the whole song is about. Like it's there's no cuss words in it. It could go radio airplay right after I'm done recording, right? Which is, that's big. Because that's the mistake that a lot of underground artists make. Oh, why won't they play me on the radio? Because you don't have a radio cut. You gotta give them on. There's DJ. There's two things that gotta be radio cut. One, it can't be no cuss words. Two, it's gotta be under 330 pretty much, or right around 330 to 345, right?
Keep it under 4 years.
Under 4. See, and most people, they got like the 3 or 4 verses. It's 5 minutes long, and they're like, why ain't this on the radio? Because the radio doesn't want to listen to your sorry ass for 5 minutes straight. They don't want to listen to themselves for 5 minutes.
Right. Usually I like to keep it like somewhere 3.
Unless it's an infomercial. But that's because why? Because they paid for the damn spot. They can do what they want with it.
You need this barbecue sauce? I might toss it.
No, I don't do that. And I'll be here early Monday, probably like 8. Is anybody here at 8? I'll be here. Oh yeah, let's just go ahead and log out of our Facebook. We're going dabbing, bitches. Peace.